Good day, everybody. This is Yin Yang with Morsels of a Thought number 1316 in California. Uh, Today is Financial Focus Friday. Actually, let me go back and change the background. Da, da, da. Hmm. There we are. Better. And there we are. Okay, let me see. Where are the current comment? No, this current comment's fine. Okay. There we are. I think I've done it right, but I couldn't delete this because I didn't know how. The Law of Awareness in Prosper Me by Victoria Rader. Not the other book, but she is in that other book, which is the reason why I put that background up there for a minute there, 2 minutes. This is chapter 13, The Law of Awareness. Awareness leads to mindset change, and mindset change leads to prosperity. Victoria Rader says, I was in my third year of college when my communication class, our professor assigned us a group project on how best to communicate an idea of the cultural melting pot. I quickly became a leader for the project as we started developing different aspects and assigning roles for our group. We seemed to be moving forward with great cooperation and collaboration until the day of the run through our presentation. Everyone in our group got together to rehearse except for one older student who didn't show up. When the presentation day came, she did not quite do her part, and there was a visible resentment brooding within the group. After all of the group members presented, she asked our group to stay behind. I am so sorry to let everyone down. The day of our rehearsal was the anniversary of my daughter's death. I planned my day well, but because I didn't have a car, I missed the bus leaving the cemetery to try to make it to the practice. By the time I got on it, it was too late. Please forgive me for letting you down. We stood there as a group, completely unaware, having mastered the presentation of the melting pot, yet having missed the cues of subtle human communication. I realized that all communication is predicated by our level of awareness. That day, having heard her story, I committed to continually growing in awareness. Every universal law points to one main universal principle: love. Life originating vibrant emotion, LOVE. When we tune in and grow through love, we expand our awareness and magnify a deeper awareness of love. Awareness leads to mindset changes, to the shift from scared me to sacred me. And as we've already seen in the law of growth, mindset change leads to prosperity. Hardly anything leads to prosperity faster than mastering the law of awareness. Awareness invites a mindset change to a more prosperous mindset. The starting point of all awareness is to realize that we are unaware. We cannot monitor or change anything that we are in denial about. It helps to catch yourself when judging someone else for being unaware. Our very focus on another human being through judgment is pointing to our need to expand awareness. If you become triggered by people who are inconsiderate, it, it might help to appreciate that these are people who are simply unaware of those around them and their needs. We can stop the judgment cycle through loving self awareness. As you focus on people who are aware and have greater awareness than you in some parts of their lives, your awareness grows. In fact, the law of awareness is one of my favorite laws to teach because it was through understanding this law I was able to develop my go to manifesting model. Notice what you notice because what you notice is what you create. Create possibilities. Right here, I'm going to pause to mention that I saw an article just yesterday about Robin Williams, how he was able to catch on to the slightest little cues about somebody else's problems on set when he was a director of Mrs. Doubtfire. And the actress that he was talking to turned out her father had just passed on, and she was distracted a little bit. And so what he said to her was, "Oh no, let's get everybody to um, let's get everybody to focus around her on that day." And so they filmed only her scenes so that she would be able to go back home to visit her family. So that was an awareness that we didn't know about Robin Williams, but we now know. Okay, so notice what you. Thank you, Lissos Cantata. Good morning. How are you? Uh, Notice what you notice because what you notice is what you create. Thank you so much for putting that there. Okay, ask yourself, what are you noticing? Are you noticing not having money? Are you noticing yourself saying, I don't know how to make ends meet? I don't know how to make money. I don't know where the money's coming from or from to cover all my expenses. Robin Williams was an amazing human being. Or are you noticing the immense abundance surrounding you because that's what you're choosing to look at? Are you seeing the tiny fruits of your labor and the doors opening with opportunities? As you look at everything in your life as a sign of prosperity and expanding abundance, it becomes that. During the college incident I described, I became painfully aware of one of the students in my group who had the misfortune of not having a car. I was very aware that I had a car, that I was prosperous enough to have one, and at a much higher level, I became aware that my little baby girl was alive, while hers was no longer with her. With sorrow for my fellow student, I focused on the immense joy of being a mother to my beautiful daughter and committed to staying aware of my daughter's presence in my life through deep gratitude. At the time of writing this book, my daughter Lydia is 25 and is a brilliant, accomplished, talented singer, dancer, and scientist who has traveled the world, speaks multiple languages, and is a doctoral student in neuroscience and behavioral genetics. Yet, what I am most aware of is that she is a radiant, loving soul, and that my decision to honor her as such has allowed for a deep friendship beyond the mother-daughter relationship. I am grateful, and I am aware. I thank my fellow college student for giving me this beautiful awareness. I don't know what happened over here, but we've got to make that stop. Here, let's get that to stop doing it. What's going on here? Okay. A deepening practice for the law of awareness is to include it as part of your daily personal growth practice. Gratitude is huge, and you can incorporate awareness through gratitude. However, because we're focusing more on abundance, I want you to be specifically grateful for the prosperity in your life. You can either go through your day noticing when it happens, or spend a couple of minutes at the end of the day noting down 3 prosperity points. When you focus on the 3 points of prosperity for your day, it will wire It will wire your brain to go to sleep, focusing on expanding that prosperity. You want to be constantly wiring your brain to focus your awareness on the points of prosperity, which is why this law of awareness is so important. Here's a fun example of what I mean. Every year, I go on a beach vacation with my family around the week of the 4th of July. We go to different beaches and we just have a wonderful time as a family. Now, we're generally a very healthy family, yet on one particular week, no, we're generally a healthy family. Okay, yet on one particular week long family vacation to the beach, I had to make 3 separate unrelated trips to get antibiotics for my son, daughter, and husband, all on different days and for different reasons. 2 to the ER and 1 to the urgent care. I'm not going to go into details about what happened. All that's important is that everyone is fine and doing well. But as the person who had to deal with all the medical issues, making sure that everyone got what they needed when they needed it, it was interesting for me to observe how I observed everything, to notice how I noticed. First of all, I had gratitude I was close to an ER which was open on the 4th of July, which in the United States is a nationwide holiday. Another positive was that the 3 times I had to seek help, I didn't want to I didn't have to wait long. In fact, for 2 of the trips, there was nobody waiting to be seen, and for the other, there was only 1 person. Then there was the fact that I had easy access to the antibiotics, which would make my family feel better. On top of all that, I found it fascinating that timing wise, we all had such busy schedules that if our bodies needed to process something, being on vacation was absolutely the best time to have a healing experience. To some people, our vacation was spoiled, but it's all about how you look at it. That truly was the best time for my family to heal. I choose to view it as an opportunity for my family to do what they needed to do for what they needed for their health. Remember, it's all about noticing what you notice. If I'd found myself noticing everything we were missing because my family was sick, I'd have switched my focus from the positive to the negative. Instead, I noticed the high quality of care which was at my fingertips and felt tremendous gratitude for it. I became aware of the fact that I was co creating that healing experience in my life. I also realized that 4 months prior to our vacation, my dad had his open heart surgery. I had so much gratitude for the medical care he received, and I'm still grateful for that medical care to this day. It's better to be grateful than it is to resent your circumstances. Yet, as a higher point of awareness, it is even better to be grateful for being healthy than for getting excellent medical attention. That was one important shift. To always become more aware of a better way to be grateful. Always ask yourself, what am I grateful for? And always seek the best thing to be grateful for. While I'm still immensely grateful for medical care, I'm even more grateful for the gift of health so that I don't even need that medical care. Just as we have to take care of our physical health, our finances have health that needs attending to. Be aware of whether you are focusing on the sickness, oh no, my account is empty, or on health. I am so grateful for having the funds to enjoy the food and shelter in my life. Look for how you can improve your gratitude. Think about how you can combine the law of growth and the law of awareness. If you take the right perspective, you can see the gift in each situation. Remember, it's not about trying to be grateful for negative experiences. It's about finding the gratitude to work through them. Grow in grateful awareness through being aware of your growing gratitude. Let's put this one in. Liz got the other one, which had dropped off because I had changed backgrounds. Oops. Here we go. Grow. Hold on. Here we go. Uh-oh. Something is different. I'm trying to write something and it won't write. Interesting. Okay, my comments are not working. So here is a comment that I would have put there. Grow in grateful awareness through being aware of your growing gratitude. Where in your life has there been a hidden abundance you can become aware of, or possibly be more grateful for? Bringing the hidden blessings into the bright light of your awareness, it will refocus your reticular activating system, the filtering mechanism of reality, to seek out and bring to your awareness more prosperous possibilities. It is time to become aware of the abundant love that flows through you, seeking to create prosperity for you. Okay. There's some action steps and an activation. 3 action steps. Number 1, often we are not aware of our damaging thought patterns because we cannot be kind and forgiving with ourselves. To increase awareness, we need to increase self-acceptance. There we go. Thank you, Liz. Self-acceptance through love. Write a love letter to yourself. Start with, "Dear your name, I love you. I am aware of your shortcomings, and yet I love you. And I am so aware of your strengths that you were born to prosper through. I remember how you were so wonderful when you." Continue writing the letter while mentioning at least 3 challenges you have overcome in your life. Describe qualities you have developed and lessons you have learned, and thank yourself for those. Number 2, go through a day inviting into your awareness an abundant miracle. Focus on noticing a miracle of generosity. There we are. Huh. You will be amazed how, when you focus on observing a miracle, you suddenly become a part of one. Number 3, lean into the law of spending to become aware of your spending from a perspective of gratitude for having the money to spend on the many bills you acquire. Become excited to do the bills as a validation of awareness that you have money to spend. Now, here is an activation. Read the activation below out loud and then close your eyes to feel a gentle shift. This is also a great activation to read prior to doing your bills. I now understand, practice, and live the law of awareness. I notice what I notice, and I constantly adjust my focus to what I want to expand into my life. I release any need to complain, and instead I create. I notice abundance. I create abundance. I got this. I am me. There we go. Okay. So here we are. Thank you, Victoria Rader, for this law of awareness. And thanks to that classmate of yours who gave you that gift at the time. Just yesterday, I actually visited my mother's. Thank you, Liz. My mother's tombstone, and I found the same thing, that I was aware of how she had helped me in my life, and where I hadn't noticed it before. So I see things now that, and she passed a few years ago, but it still feels like it was about 3 weeks ago when I go there. So anyway, so as we say, be grateful for and aware of what you have to be grateful for. Okay, thank you for coming. Good morning, Liz Cantara. Thank you so much for helping with the subtitles, and I'll talk to you guys tomorrow. And good morning, John Clark and everybody else that comes here. So we will see you then. Okay, old Kinderhook.